Hello, I am Robert Johnson, the host of the Build It Better podcast, powered by FRAMECAD. And we're starting something new this week where we are doing and implementing something called a Build It Better Briefs, where we'll answer some questions about things that come up often in conversation or have been emailed or sent to me or just approached with. One of those things that I get asked very often about is estimating. For people that are new to the industry, most of the early adopters are traditional metal stud framing drywall contractors. Those folks know how to estimate a metal stud framing job the traditional way. There's a huge difference between the traditional way and the prefab way. Most of the time in the traditional way, you have a set of drawings that you bid from. So one of the things that happens often in this industry is when we're talking to people, a lot of times they're trying to decide whether or not they want to convert from a wood structure or masonry structure or something other than cold form steel. And in order to help make that decision, they need to know a cost. They need to know a ROM on it. And so how do you do that? One of the things that you have to do, and we can dig in deeper, always reach out to me via LinkedIn, either the Build It Better podcast page or my personal page. Glad to help any way I can. But one of those things is that you've got to understand that as someone in this business, you have now become a manufacturer. And what that means for you is you quit buying studs by the stick, by the lineal foot. You start buying steel by the pound. You're actually going to sell it by the pound. So you need to determine what types of buildings and the weight of steel in different types of buildings. You can do this. You have friends in the industry. You have people that know how to do it. You can reach out to us. We'll be glad to help. Once you figure out a square foot price for the material, which is the relatively easy part, then you have to figure out the labor. And remember, you're doing about 60 to 70% of the labor of your framing in a controlled environment. It's much faster, much more efficient. And when you show up out in the field to install, the time is drastically reduced. Okay, I apologize. We've had some technical difficulties. Not even sure if this one's going out there right now, but it is telling me that it's live and that I've been live for 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So one last thing. This Wednesday, October 4th, catch the newest episode with Crystal Howe, who is the VP of Prefabrication and Construction for Industrialized Construction Services. She's in the field, which makes this one a really fun episode and very informative. The last in the three-part series with the Industrialized Construction Services folks, and it's been fantastic. So, you know what I always say, you've all built it the old way. Now let's go build it better. What do you say?